Welcome in. This is AJ Let's Talk Sports, and we are talking about the Ohio State Buckeyes football team. Recapping the whole season of 2023. Hope you like the highlights that I have here for you as well. Might show some stats for the 2023 season. But there is a top headline that has just happened just a couple hours ago. First off, I'd like to thank each and one of you, 361 of you that subscribe to my channel. I need more, but all of you have been loyal and faithful and been listening to me the past, year at least or so, 6 months, a year. 'Cause I started out with only like 5 or 10, just friends and family, and then moved up from there. And just like to thank each and every one of you for subscribing, and all you new subscribers, welcome to the show. And we're going to do Ohio State. We're going to stick with Ohio State, and we're going to be switching sports over to NCAA basketball. But right now, we're just recapping the Ohio State football season. To reportedly visit the Ohio State Buckeyes campus here coming soon. This is coming out of Colin Gay from the Columbus Dispatch. This just happened around 9 o'clock this morning. So I'm reading the article here. So according to ESPN, Ohio State will host former Kansas State quarterback Will Howard, both Miami and Southern Cal. So Pete Thamel out of Twitter. Kansas State transfer quarterback Will Howard will take an official visit to Ohio State in the upcoming days, a sign of mutual interest between the parties. He's visited both Miami and USC and is also considering the NFL draft. So 3 possible options coming out of the Kansas State quarterback. So we'll see what happens. Howard is a 3-star quarterback out of the 20, but in 2023, Howard led K-State to a 9-3 record, 61% passing, 2,643 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. He also added 10 touchdowns as a runner or a receiver, so he can do it all. Has the multi-package. He is a 12-5 record as a starter in the past 2 seasons, and he led the Wildcats to a Big 12 title in 2022. So Howard, out of Pennsylvania, who was the number 33 pro-style quarterback and number 888 player in the 2022 class. This is according to 24. Have a quarterback option coming into the 2024 season, even though the freshman might be starting if this guy doesn't come in. Fingers crossed. He's only a 3-star, so don't get all your hopes up. This is the Ohio State Buckeyes, by the way. But at least we'll have some kind of quarterback that can throw and run and receive, obviously. That's pretty cool. So that's the top headline of the day for Ohio State Buckeyes football. And then we're going to take a look at 3 more players. This just happened too. 3 more players, this was yesterday, that went into the transfer portal. Like, I guess the kicker, but whatever. But of the 3, Noah Rogers will be the player most missed. He's a true freshman. He showed great promise in the spring. Offensive snaps this season without recording a catch. But maybe he and Bryson Rogers saw the writing on the wall. But he's gone. Punter Jess Mirko was a surprise portal entry. Australian-born rugby-style punter averaged 44 yards per punt over his 3 seasons in Columbus, and he's gone. So I don't know what that is all about. If the punter leaves, there has to be some kind of a problem. There have been rumblings the others may have joined, like backup Kenyatta Jackson, who took to X to let everybody know that he's pondering his future. That's Twitter. I know that kind of threw me off when I was reading it. But Ohio State did grab a tight end from Ohio, so hopefully that works. But other than that, it's not really looking that great. I mean, we have a lot of potential freshman candidates that are coming in for the 2024 class. I guess we're the top 24 class, one of the top 24 classes for this next season. But 3 more leave. So what does that have to do? I'd like to have a question for you Buckeye fans. So what does that do with Coach Day? Does that mean he doesn't have control of the program? I've been talking to some Michigan guys, my friends, family, all that stuff. And people are saying in some rumblings there that he doesn't have control of his team. And he basically just lets them free for all. I almost think that he's a really good scout. He's a great scout. One of the top recruiters scouting in the freaking college football. But once he gets the players, it doesn't seem like that he gets them to play up to their potential. They just use the talent. Here's the plays. Go play. But maybe that's just me. Should we get another coach? Or is Coach Day all we have? Or should we wait maybe till next year and see what options are in the college head coaches landscape? Or do we sign them long term? Stay with them and ride them out? Get rid of them? Or wait till next year? Those are three reliable options that we can do. This is coming right out of my neck of the woods, the Dayton Daily News. This is coming from Marcus Hartman. Ohio State football, 5 questions facing the Buckeyes. I want to read a little bit of this. We have lost 3 years in a row against the Michigan Wolverines, but I did talk about this already. Freshman receivers, Noah Rogers and Bryson Rogers, entering the transfer portal Monday. Left Ohio State with 18 scholarship players, announcing they were looking for a new school since the beginning of December. Like we said, I don't know why Kyle McCord, I think he was a 4-star, moved up to a 5-star or whatever prospect. But I don't know why Kyle McCord would leave. Maybe he just didn't feel like it was a good fit. Maybe him and the coach had some words. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes on campus there, but he's gone. And then I got the answer for if someone puts themselves in a transfer portal, they don't play. I didn't know that either. I thought if you're still on campus, you're still in school there, and you want to transfer and you get in the transfer portal, you could still play the game. I don't know. Could Kyle McCord played in the Cotton Bowl? I don't know that question. I'm asking you guys this. Who will be added to the team for next season? And we talk a little bit of sprinkle of on this, but the tight end from Ohio, Will Kaczmarek, is the only player to announce intentions to transfer to Ohio State. But he is unlikely to be the last, as Ohio State has many positions that could use depth or competition for the starters. So 6'6", 256. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. Kaczmarek was a lightly regarded defensive line prospect coming out of the high school in St. Louis before becoming a 2-year starter on offense for the Bobcats and catching 42 passes for 507 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ohio State also has an incoming freshman class of 20, including 5-star prospects Aaron Scott Jr. He's of Springfield, which is not too far away, and then Jeremiah Smith out of Hollywood, Florida, hoping to make an early impact. Who will be on the coaching staff? Now, I don't know what happened to Jim Knowles. I thought he was leaving to go to Duke, but I guess that was just hearsay. But the former group consists of defensive coordinator Jim Knowles, offensive coordinator Brian Hartline, which is a former wide receiver of Ohio State back in the day, special teams coordinator Parker Fleming, tight end coach Keenan Bailey, and secondary coach Tim Walton, while quarterback coach Corey Dennis, running back coach Tony Alford, offensive line coach Justin Fry, defensive line coach Larry Johnson, safeties coach Perry Eliano are all contract expiring later this month. So, we'll see what happens. But I love Larry Johnson as the defensive line coach. He's great. Quote, everything is going to get looked at, Coach Day says, obviously, because all the contracts are done. Freaking idiot. No, I don't want to be on Coach Day's ass, but I'm just saying, he's got to step it up, dude. I just feel like he's more of a player's coach, and we need somebody to put the boot up in these ass of these kids and play better. All I'm saying. Who is on the schedule? Ohio State opens the next season with Akron, Western Michigan, and Marshall before going to Big 10 play against Michigan State. Yes, we're looking at the 2024 season already because we need to start now. But in the first 2 weeks of October, the Buckeyes will be with the Big 10 champ Iowa, who lost big in their bowl game, but which will have a new offensive coordinator hoping to breathe life into their morbid unit. And Columbus then must go to Oregon. That's going to be tough. Tough after that. And then they also have trips to Penn State. Going to Penn State, Northwestern, and then home games against Nebraska, Purdue, and Indiana before concluding the season out against Michigan and Ohio Stadium. I did not know they were going to be finishing with Michigan in Ohio. I thought Michigan wasn't going to be on the last of the game of the list. Maybe that's going to be the next season. But will the Buckeyes be better than they were last season? I don't know that one. That remains to be seen, and we'll see how this class and these transfer portals come out, because I don't really like getting all too excited about these transfer portals and all that stuff, because the kids can change their mind a week later or the next day. Like, oh, we're committed to Ohio State. And then a week, 2 weeks later, they're going somewhere else. So we've seen it happen numerous times. Now, I got another question for you guys if you're listening. Listen up here. I have a question. Should you be able to transfer multiple times to multiple different colleges? Because you're ruining the academic side of college. It's like if I say I want to go to Ohio State, and then I transfer to Missouri, and then I want to transfer to Tennessee. So do you get your degree from all three? Do you get your degree from where you started? Do you get your degree where you finish? I don't freaking know, because this is all craziness. There needs to be some kind. NCAA needs to have some kind of regulations on this. You can't just transfer anytime you want, willy-nilly. Free agent, free agent, free agent, free agent, free agent all the time. I don't understand it, and I don't like it. And should there be a cap of NIL money for these kids? I mean, some of these guys, which is ridiculous, are making more than starting quarterbacks in the NFL. I mean, isn't that a problem too? I mean, they're just asking. So there's some of your top headlines for Ohio State going into next season of 2024. All right. Love you guys. God bless. Tip the waitress.